So I built a $500,000 per year done for you agency at the age of 16, and I actually shut down the done for you side of that business. Obviously, I didn't quit business, right? I just transitioned everything to the coaching, and there's a reason why, right? The first reason is that, well, from the outside, everything looked great, right? I was 16, I was making 50K a month, but the problem was that I didn't have leverage. I was kind of just building this inescapable box, and every new client that I added actually kind of contributed to this problem, and I'm going to explain the problem in a second. The problem is that clients expect you to grow their business, right? They're not coming into this ready to collaborate, ready to partner. They're coming into this because they want you to grow their business for them. They want to offload the responsibility. They want to offload, the fault, like what got them to where they are. They kind of want to offload that was their fault, and they want to put it on someone else. And so I had clients expecting me to grow their business for them, which is never a good thing to have clients expect that, right? There was so many Slack messages, so many headaches. I was taking calls for, literally like 6, 7, 8 hours a day with clients where I was literally helping, combat ad account issues and, basically go through different video editing problems. Like, think about it. We were doing video editing for our clients. Like, with the sheer number of clients we had, the video editing was it was like a massive headache. Like, we had to have all these editors, we had to hire them, we had to manage them, we had to review everything. Like, it was ridiculous between me and my team. It was just like, the done for you model is so flawed, and this is why, like, I honestly realized that coaching is the best route to run a business. Because now with coaching, I have clients that come into this, they view me up here, they're down here, so they view me as the authority. Whereas with the agency thing, it's like I'm a contractor, it's like I'm an employee for the client. So the client's up here, I'm down here. Do this, Liam, do that, Liam. Why isn't this working? And it's like, well, you did a bad job on this. No, like, I paid you guys, I expected this outcome. Like, it's just absurd, okay? So the whole done for you model was completely absurd. And with coaching, I have clients that respect me. They view me as the authority. They don't get upset if I don't reply to them after, 3-4 hours because I'm in deep work, because we're business partners. Like, it's just, there's so many benefits to coaching, right? And then as far as like that, it's also the delivery time. Like, the delivery time is way less with coaching. Like, I'm not, spending hours and hours, writing ad scripts and doing all these things, but it opens so many more doors because I can still provide the done for you ad scripts to my coaching clients. I just built a software that does it, right? And so now we have coaching, but we have the selling point where we also write winning ad scripts for our clients. But the whole point of this video and what I'm trying to illustrate is that if you have a done for you agency, or if you're a coach, there's only one way to make done for you work. And that one way to make done for you work is by developing that relationship where you're up here and they're down here, not in a rude way, of course, but where they are, trying to get to your level. They're trying to get advice from you. And so you've developed that relationship, you really like them, and then you do done for you with them. And you do done for you on a commission, on like a revenue share basis, right? So I kind of came up with this thesis 2 months ago. And now those seeds that I planted are starting to fruit. I've done for you clients who have made like $50,000 this week, and we take 20 to 30% of that, right? So when I say I stopped done for you, I stopped done for you and I started taking a percentage of their businesses instead, and only doing it with people who I liked, I trusted, I resonated with, and I saw them in a vertical that could scale, right? Because a vertical is basically an industry, right? And I want you to think of all the different verticals out there. There's, business coaching, there's sales coaching, there's, social media coaching, there's, fitness coaching, there's all these verticals. And the chances are, like, if I say a vertical, you can think of someone who's like kind of, made that vertical theirs. They've taken over that vertical. So let me say an example, right? Alex Hormozy, he's taken over like the business coaching vertical. Same with like Myron Golden, those sort of people. Sales coaching, you got like Jeremy Lee Minor, you got all these different people, right? You got so many different verticals, and a lot of them have kind of been taken by their own identity, their own person, right? And so with the done for you, I was looking for different verticals which didn't have a winning identity, and then I was taking a percentage of that and I was applying my skill set, and the delivery was really no different to the done for you delivery. It was the same, but since I had that relationship with the clients before, we went into it with the right mindset, and now that's like bearing fruits. Like, once again, some of my clients have done 50K this week. Some of them, like 2 in particular, we're literally going to take to like 250 grand a month end of year, and we take a percentage of that. We take 20-30% of that, right? So you can think about how powerful that is, and the seeds are starting to really start to bear. So if you're a coach right now, start upselling clients to a done for you thing where you take a percentage and maybe you just help them with some aspects where, to get to your level of executing that task, it takes years of expertise. For me, that's writing ads. Like, it's still much better if I write the ads myself for clients than if they write them or if they have our custom AI tool write them. So that's really one of the selling points, right? And then coming up with advertising campaign ideas, all these things. So if you're a coach right now, I would suggest upselling people to done for you, because like the math is insane. Like, you can make 100K a month profit from the rev shares if you have like 5 people each doing like 50K a month or 30K a month. I forgot the math, so I had it written out to the side of me, but basically if I was making like 20K per, so it was 30% revenue share, 5 partners in 5 B2E verticals, and then the whole thing is like talent basically. So that is really important. Like, don't do done for you, do coaching, and then ascend people who are in winning verticals who could use your skill set and take a percentage, right? And this can be applied to any industry, okay? One of my clients, I won't say his name, he's actually my first client, right? And he's now doing 5 million a month USD. And his industry, it's like, it's B2C, it's e-commerce, I'll say. It's not really e-commerce, but it's like selling products with ads online, right? And how do you take a percentage of his students' revenue? He made a software that they use, and with using the software, they were able to get products to sell, and the software would also help them when they found the product to make all the advertisements and everything. And he took a percentage of that, and his clients were making upwards of $1 million a month. So he was taking a percentage of, literally tens of thousands of high ticket clients who were, making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a month with e-commerce. So you can kind of see illustrated how genius that model is, right? And that kind of brings me to like my next topic, where it's like what I'm doing, which is coaching. That's the main thing. Like, we have this coaching program. The delivery is so much better. Like, it's so streamlined. It's synthesized like the entire client journey into 6 sprints. A sprint is like, a block of time to get done like a certain amount of tasks. And so now it's not guesswork either. With the agency, it was kind of guesswork, because when I say clients were treating you like an employee, they were treating me like an employee. They were like, yo, let's run a VSL funnel. I was like, bro, I didn't even sell you on a VSL funnel, but I'm too nice. So I was like, sure. And there's just so many like ridiculous elements of it. And so now we synthesize the entire client journey into like a specific amount of steps that they can execute, right? So the whole concept is a complete no-brainer. Now, I want to tell you about other ways you can really monetize the coaching, because coaching in itself is info, right? And info, there are so many routes to monetize. Info is simply to build cash flow, right? So I'm going to be at 100K a month before September. And that cash flow I can redeploy in so many areas, right? So I could start software, basically, and which is what we're already doing. Software, not a traditional software company where, you need millions of dollars in startup capital and it takes years, but a bootstrap software that can be upsold to my coaching clients and is really necessary for my coaching clients if they want to get the best results. So now that's like a 50K a month back end, different back end upsell that we've added. And it can also act as a downsell. Course, we can downsell our course to people, right? And even e-commerce. I have some clients who are making tons of money, like a ridiculous amount of money selling e-commerce. So they literally have their info, and then they have like an adjacent e-commerce product. Fitness coaching, right? You can sell supplements to your existing students. You can give them an app which is on like a retainer. Like, there's so much depth to info that it's really just the starting point, and then you can expand outwards, which is what I'm doing, which is why I'm making this YouTube video. I've been talking for 9 minutes straight about this, because I really want to show you this now, because you're going to see these seeds that I planted really start to sprout in the future, because there's a few mindset principles I want to talk about. And the first one is just like delayed results. That's what I call it. And everyone knows this is true as well. Like, the actions you put in today will really, sprout in a few months from now, right? So when I optimized my delivery 2 weeks ago, or actually it was probably more like 3 weeks ago now, and I really built out this sprint system and I released it, you can see the seeds, it's starting to sprout now, because there are a ton of people getting results. It's great. And same thing with the revenue share. It's starting to sprout now. And so anything you do, you put in this action now and it'll sprout later. Okay? And that's why the done for you agency was not good, because people, they couldn't stay patient. They couldn't wait for things to sprout. Like, they're so impatient. I've been here for 2 weeks, haven't gotten this, and it's like, bro, it took you 2 weeks to film the ads. What are you talking about? Like the whole, basically what I'm trying to say here is that the done for you model is really flawed, and coaching is the best way to scale. And so if you want to continue watching me scale, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm making daily videos like these. This video was more of a rant. It wasn't like the traditional mirror board you're used to. I just was honestly talking about my thoughts on done for you and why I switched everything to coaching, and how now we're at like 80K for the month. It's the 20th of June. This might be our first 100K month if we stay on it. So I'll see you on the next one. Talk soon.